Hi, welcome to this session of Vann and Sheridan's Video Legal Pad. I'm James Vann. I'm an attorney with Vann and Sheridan, and today we're going to be talking about the Little Miller Act and the Big Miller Act as it relates to construction projects in the federal and the state side of construction. So for example, if you are a subcontractor, a supplier, and you are providing materials or supplies or labor and equipment to a construction project that is either a federal, state, county, municipality, any kind of government-owned project, you may have an opportunity to receive payment if the person who has hired you has not paid you by way of a payment bond. And the payment bond statutes, both on the federal side and the state side, are fairly complex in the sense that it tells you what you need to do and when you need to do it. The difficulty of most people is making sure that you comply with that. So for an example, on both the federal and the Miller side, both federal and the state side of the Miller Acts, we encourage people to give notice, and that is a written notice to the people that you've contracted with if you've not received payment yet, within 90 days of the last day you've done work on those jobs. The federal Miller Act actually requires notice to be received within that time frame. The state Miller side does not require it to be received, but just given by that time. So, and there's some other nuances and exceptions to the state Miller Act side about being paid and when you have to do that. The safest bet is to just sort of put 90 days in your mind and to understand that that's when you need to be paid. One thing that we really encourage our suppliers to make sure of is when you're doing governmental type work, whether it be a city, county, any kind of municipality type work or a bigger state project or a federal job, is to make sure that your paperwork is as clear as possible as to the project, where the project's located, if there's a project name or a number, trying to make sure that that's on each invoice, certainly on the delivery tickets if possible. It just makes it for a lot easier paper trail if you have to go and prove what you're owed. Typically the process is we get a copy of the bond, we know who the parties are on the bond claim, we then submit a bond claim on your behalf stating how much is owed, and then the process starts with the surety company once they've received notice of working through that to find, hopefully, if there are any issues about the materials that were provided, and if there are none, then requesting payment for you for the supplies and materials that you provided. The federal Miller Act and the state Miller Act have been around for years and centuries, and so the good news is that it's a proven process by which way you could get paid. If you have questions about this, we hope you'll give us a call or contact us, and we'll be glad to help you. Thank you so much.